What's happening, captains? Hopefully, hopefully, look at that. Hopefully, you guys can all hear me okay. Dustin will be here in just a second, but I got to tell you, I'm excited for tonight because you know what? Nick bought some comic books. I did. I bought some comic books. They're awesome comic books. They're not your grandpa's comic books. They're good comic books. I'm excited about that. And I want you guys to be excited about that. Also, Dustin will be here in just a minute. We have a lot to talk about. He did a really fun, interesting video with somebody. It was intriguing. Also, we probably should correct this. Because the Saturday night comic book Babylon is dead. Okay? It's dead. It's over. It's now Wednesday nights. So, with that being said, what up, Kyle? Tyler, you missed nothing yet. We're just kicking it off. Dustin will be here in like 3 minutes. He got home late because of Atlanta traffic. I got home 10, 15 minutes ago because of little kid dance, Ellie's dance, my daughter's dance. She's dancing. And so we're just running a minute behind. We're trying to get it done early, but it is what it is. Back to action with Kyle. What's going on, man? How are you? Howdy, howdy. Now, guys, I got some cool things to show off when Dustin gets here. Look at that. Boom. So got 2 of those. I've been reading some Fantastic Four. Update you guys. Oh, okay. Cool, Kyle. But I have been finishing up Fantastic Four. I'm just a hair away from being done with it. If I would really get on it, man, I could be done in like 10 days. Every Fantastic Four issue ever written, done in like 10 days. But you see these books right here? I have started reading novels. I started last year. That sounds so stupid. I started reading novels. I started to seriously read books outside of comic books lately over the last year. Read, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, still waiting on the Silmarillion to come whenever that shows up. Some of the Game of Thrones stuff. Also reading the Jack Carr novels. And look, Silo. So Wolf, Shift, and Dust, I think, is the third one. I watched the show while we were on vacation, Silo. Super good. Has anybody seen Silo? Phenomenal. It's on Apple TV. I started reading the books. The books are so much better. So really, that's what I've been doing is I've been reading books. And if I would just buckle down, man, I'd be almost finished with the Fantastic Four. But what I will tell you guys is with the Fantastic Four, has anybody read I apologize, late 90s, early 2000s Fantastic Four? Anybody read it? Because it's its own thing. It is the most intriguing thing in the world. The outfits, the costume designs, the artwork, it is honestly like to see that small step between volume 1 to volume 2 there at the end, kind of mind-blowing. The increase in production and things like that. I was kind of shocked. And definitely lots of boobage and buttage and stuff like that. So if you're into that, that's a lot of what you're gonna get. Not really my thing with comic books specifically. That doesn't really interest me, but hey, it is definitely something special. So, but anyways, how's everybody tonight? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Tonight we're going to talk about the Marvel price increase. Ayo, what book are you on? Do you know where the silos are? Yes. So I'm 75% of the way through the second book, Shift. Apple Books tells me. I read digitally, but it's stupid. I do the same thing with comic books. And so I'll be done with that probably tonight. I literally have 75 pages left. What up, Bob? Oh, shoot. You know what, Bob? Hold on. I got to get it to you. I still have yet to send it off, but they're sitting right here. I just got to mail it. I'm terrible. But they're here. Actually, I put aside both of those for you, and they're just sitting here. They've been sitting here since the moment I opened them up. Speaking of opening things up, on top of the slabs to show off tonight, when Dustin gets here. Got a package in the mail from a certain group online. So super excited to show that off. That's for sure. Um, what have you thought? What did you think about FF, by the way? Fantastic Four. What did you think? I've also read all of Spider Man. Throw that out there. What's on the comic reading after FF? That's where I am struggling so hard, right? So, read all Spider Man, read all FF. So, my favorite reading has been anytime Hulk shows up, but I'm fearful that it's not going to be as good in his own run. Maybe he's more of a fun character to read when he shows up. Everybody also keeps telling me to read Daredevil, and I'm just not certain I'm interested enough in Daredevil. But I also was not interested enough in Fantastic Four. So I'm not sure. So, but then, I'm like, I love Iron Man. I mean, there we go. Right. So I don't know. And then I've also thought about just picking off a few things here or there, like, like just reading like the Silver Surfer, run real quick, reading through like the things run real quick. So I'm not 100% certain. But I think once I do my next year long, it will be, it's got to be like Hulk or Iron Man. Captain America, I don't know if Marvel Unlimited goes back to Golden Age, so that's gonna be difficult. And then I wanna wait to read the Avengers. I wanna do that last after I've kinda read everything, so is what it is. What up, Ryan? What's happening? What's happening, Ryan? Look, I'm growing my hair out like you, man. I'm gonna be rocking. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. I just haven't had a haircut, and it's, killing me pretty much. E-mans, what's happening? Villains unite. I am alive. I am alive and doing well, by the way. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I bought it, guys, the same time I bought that card set back there, and then the single card that came pinched up and busted up from, I forget the stash looter, whoever it was. It looks like when they put it in the thing and they pinched it and paid a lot of money for that just to come broken or pinched up. Hulk is very vulnerable weak until Bill Mantlo shows up. Okay. Yeah, and I'm also curious, or I'm also my thoughts here, because right, because it goes Hulk 1, 2, and I forget how long it goes, and then it turns into what is it, Tales to Astonish, I think, right, for a while, and then it goes to Hulk 100. I have it in my app ready to go, so I'm interested um in how that's gonna work. Like, do I should I read all of Hulk and then like all that in between and then continue? That's something I gotta think through. Oh, right on. See, I have a hard time with listening to audiobooks because I will end up zoning it out. But yeah, I've really been enjoying reading them, and I'm thinking about picking up his next book or that last book he did. What was it called? Dirt or Sand, something like that. I don't know. It's good to see you too, Bob. We are getting back on track for sure. Oh, I've not thought about Thor. That would be something interesting because I have really enjoyed Thor historically. I really have. When he shows up, he's cool. Um, I know Walt Simonson, right, did a really good run on Thor. But I don't know enough about it. So yeah, but Journey into Mystery, right? So what do I do there? Do I read all of Journey into Mystery or just where he's there or where he kind of picks up and then I got to figure out how long is he in that before it goes into his own Thor? Thoughts. Yeah, in DC, right? So I really want to do some of Kirby stuff, but I'm not so certain if I want to go down the DC path yet, or if I want to stick it out for the next couple of years, hit all of Marvel, and then go DC. You know what I mean? And I believe it or not, I've read honestly a lot more DC than people probably give me credit for. I've read a ton of DC, a ton of Batman, a ton of Teen Titans. Um, probably not nearly as much as Marvel, but I am well versed, believe it or not. So um, I've heard his is the best. Everybody keeps telling me you got to read it now, and I'm like, guys, I'm almost there. Just give me a minute. If I read, again, pretty heavily for the next 10 days, I will be done. But I'm having a hard time. The Silo books got me, man. They got me. But Reed Richards, so that's interesting. My biggest qualm with Reed Richards, if I'm candid, my biggest issue with Reed Richards, come on in here, get close so I can talk to you, is. He's the worst father in the entire planet. He's also probably one of the worst husbands. You know what I mean? And then towards the end of volume 1, he's just letting old, or maybe it was early volume 2, he's just letting old Submariner hit on his woman. Didn't do a thing. I'm like, come on, dude. But I don't know. I have a hard time really developing fondness to some of the like main 4 Fantastic Four characters. I have some really, honestly, I think my favorite character is Impossible Man. I love it to death. I think he's the most funny, hilarious character. He just cracks me up. Silver Surfer. Anytime he shows up, it's going to be a good issue. Galactus, of course. The Watcher. Anytime the Watcher shows up, it just honestly, I really enjoy those stories because it cracks me up. Because the whole thing is, well, I'm not supposed to intervene, but I'm going to do it anyway. Shh, don't tell nobody. And but Sue Storm kind of annoys me, right? She just is. I don't know, very annoying. Reed annoys me because they're honestly they both annoy me because they're terrible parents. You know, I'm like I got a 4-year-old and they just basically let Franklin hang out with old witch nanny 99% of the time. I don't know. That's maybe it's because I'm a dad and it just bugs me. I don't know. But then, right, you have the Thing, which I think honestly is top it- of the 4. I think is my favorite. But I also really like Johnny June. Guys, that's it. Good night. Johnny June. No, Johnny Storm. But I like him more when he shows up and he is involved with Spider-Man for things, right? I really do love that. But if I were to rank, maybe I'll do a video of this, like ranking all my favorite Fantastic Four uh, uh, adjacent characters. It would probably be like Impossible Man, Galactus, Silver Surfer, The Thing, and then I know everybody's like, "Oh, what about Doctor Doom?" Here's my problem with Doctor Doom. Every time Doctor Doom shows up, it's not actually him. It's one of his robot people. So you really don't know what you're going to get half the time. Is this actually Victor Von Doom, or is this one of his robot people, or is this what's the kid's name? Chris, the little like 6-year-old that he like and then Chris is wearing the Doctor Doom suit for like the last half. I don't know. But the most unfortunate thing is the best run on Fantastic Four outside of those like really popular storylines that everybody loves, like the Galactus 3, 48, 49, 50. Honestly, I think Fantastic Four 5 is probably one of the best comic book stories I've read. Loved it. But where was I going with that? Lost my whole train of thought. Oh, the best storyline, the best person, John Burns' run. And hell, it wasn't even really the Fantastic Four at the time. The Thing was gone. She Hulk was in there being a goober, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it was there. I don't know. I read FFO not because of all 4. It's all about Doom. Yeah, and he, like I said, he's really good when when it's actually him. And the whole concept behind him, I think, he's a phenomenal character. And I pray Marvel does it right. But I am not putting any hope into it, if I'm honest. Yeah, The Thing is definitely good, and if you guys really like The Thing, you're gonna appreciate, you know, I'm giving it away. I forget how good this camera is. There's no like crappy camera covering up what's on the back, um, on the text there, but yeah, so super excited. I'm gonna show this off whenever Dustin shows up at some point, which is fine. He just got home, so he's dealing with wife and kids and stuff like that. It's important. Um, Reed is trying to be a good dad, husband, take care of his buddy, giving his sister's kid job, run a business, save the world. Slot wrote them as good parents. So I've heard Slot's run's not terrible. His run on Spider-Man was horrendous. Okay. Terrible. Absolutely horrendous. But I'm also not a big fan of Slot as a whole. Just his personality, who he is. 99% of things about Slot, if I'm honest, I just don't care for. But I have heard his Fantastic Four run's good, so I'm excited to kind of get through all of that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's a weird dynamic early on in volume 1. So that's always bugged me because I mean, as a parent, how not only as a parent, as the smartest man in the world, one of the most powerful people in the world with Sue Storm, how are you losing your kid all the time? You know what I mean? I don't know. Weird. So, really, when does the Hickman run start? Is that post volume 2? I think it's gotta be. Yeah. That would've been would that be or was it during volume 2? I'm not sure. I will wait for an answer before I keep blabbering and sounding like an idiot. I'll throw it out there. Wait for Bob to throw it out there. So yeah, guys, I don't know what read Spider-Man, read Fantastic Four, read a bunch of other little things too, right? Don't get me wrong. I've read basically every major Marvel event book that they put out in like the last 60 years, all the big crossovers, the big events, all the good ones, I should say, like any of them that were not well received or people didn't really think highly of. I didn't waste my time reading those, but I did read quite a bunch of those. And some of those, man, are really good, and some of them are pretty cheesy. Won't lie. Yeah, pretty cheesy. And I will tell you, this has a lot to do with kind of some of the more cosmic themes of Fantastic Four, but it's the oh, what is his name? He first appeared in Fantastic Four Annual 3. Oh my goodness, he's one of the big. Uh-oh, he's one of the big villains of Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four Annual 3. Why can I not remember this, guys? Annihilus. I didn't even get it pulled up. Annihilus. Annihilus, that whole his big event, what was it called? Early 2000, was it Annihilation? Something like that. Um, was not I didn't like it. I really didn't. Um, I'm trying to I think it was the Annihilation. Yeah, Annihilation. Didn't care for it a bit. And I don't know, honestly, if it's just I don't really care for some of the big characters. It was so hard for me to get interested in it. But also at the same time, along those kind of similar characters, I didn't care for the Inhumans. I thought the Inhumans were the worst part of Fantastic Four. Every time they pop up, every time they show up, did not care for it. Did not care for it at all. So aggressive. So where is okay? Do you guys aggressive? Do you know when Hickman run is? And that's another thing is like I just need a good storyline to help kind of kickstart it, and I'll just finish through. That's the way I am, man. I will spend, last year it was 3 issues a day with Spider-Man, and then that was pretty straightforward. But with Fantastic Four, it's been so far few and far between from the stories that I've really loved and enjoyed that a lot of it's been a slog. And so what I'll do is instead of reading 3 issues a day, what I've been doing is I'll spend, like a week, read 10 to 15 issues a day, especially the more modern we get, the easier it is, and then just crank out a bunch at one time that way. But I'm still a little behind, but it is what it is. We'll get through it. That's life. That is life. What else is happening popular right now? Is anybody reading Marvel or DC Comics? Any pop outside of the FF? Every time I ask this question to people, it's always the current FF run. Always, every time, current FF run is fantastic. So, is there any other great things happening? And also, what is this new gods thing I just saw pop up? G dot O dot. Let's see. G dot O dot D dot S. Gods Marvel. You guys see anything about that? Share. Let's see. Because this is the Meet Gods. Hickman's God. Okay. I'm not a fan of well, look, we're gonna be positive here. We're gonna be positive. This is not my cup of tea, art design wise. Um, I'm intrigued though. Let's see. Let's see. Gods, Moon Knight and Dimitri. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Have you guys seen anything about this? Powerful magic expert. Dimitri the science boy, Mia the magic girl. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't seem to intrigue me. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? No, can't hear you. Look at him. Shows up 40 minutes late. Can't even mic working. What a shame. Heckman Run starts with issue 570 in volume 3. So that's right at volume 3 then, right? Like right at the beginning? Because I want to say volume 2, like 176, something like that. Or maybe it's yeah. I don't know what they did with Dustin. Yeah, Nihilus is an interesting character. I don't know if he was really given his due diligence, his respect that he deserved. You know what I mean? So I just don't know. So, but anyways, back to this gods thing real quick. The more I look at it, the more I'm just, I don't know. Heralding debut of a new line of variant covers. Yeah, this just seems like a weird retcon. Like they're going to come out and say, oh my goodness, it is these are the people responsible for everything in the world, you know? Like, and then they dress like this and look like that. Doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know. It almost has like a weird, like Magic Eternals feel to it, doesn't it? Like, are these characters going to be like, oh, we've been here forever? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. 570, 588, 600. God Emperor Dune. Okay. I need to screenshot this. Or I guess what? 23 minutes and 30 seconds. All right. Dustin's restarting his computer. Sorry about that, guys. So, Marvel price increase. Let's talk about that a little. Well, we'll wait for Dustin. We'll wait for Dustin. Tell you what, let's go ahead and open up something. Dustin's already looked at it. Yep. Mattis, they did. They certainly did.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it sounds a little. Do it again.
Can
No.
you hear me?
Yeah, but it's got an echo to it now. Yeah, it's like all fuzzy and echoey. Is it actually pulling your Yeah, check that. Go ahead. Nope, completely gone now. Dang it, dude.
How about now?
Oh, perfect.
That sound good?
Sounds great. You sound beautiful.
I've been fighting with this crap for about 15 minutes now.
Don't worry, man. You know, I had a feeling I should just go ahead and start it. That way you had plenty of time to say hello to your wife and kids. So
I logged on and
hold
got
on one
OBS
second.
up. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Well, hello, everyone. I have things. I got things in the mail today. I got things to show that I picked up recently. Got a little Golden Age pickup. You know what I'm saying? You don't see much Golden Age showing off on this channel. I've been diving in this year, though. It's the company you keep, you know? The company you keep tends to have a bit of an influence on the things you do. So
Who?
I was talking about I've got a Golden Age pickup here. Came in the mail today that I'm gonna open. And I was talking about how we don't show much Golden Age here, but I've been diving in this year, and the fact that it's kind of an influence due to the company that the company you keep tends to have an influence on you sometimes. So
That's right.
check
So
this out.
sick. What is that?
This is from the coin collection.
Oh, cool.
Official Batman coin collection. So I was going to do this monthly subscription thing and collect all of these.
Yeah.
However, the first time it was like $7 and you got the Batman here.
Oh, and then the next time it was like 30, right?
And you get the Joker as well. And then the next one was $50.
Yeah.
So I had to cancel that. But they're pretty cool, man. You got
that's neat.
Batman there, and then 80 years
cool.
of Batman celebration.
That is neat.
And they are Cupro nickel, 41 millimeters, 31 grams, proof like quality, silver plated with color finish. So I thought I was going to do the whole thing and put it together, but
not for $50 a month. That's silly.
$50 a month, I could give a damn, So I got Batman and Joker.
So I have a little Iron Man head up here. It was like that, except you build the model.
Yeah.
And it was like $26. And I'm like, oh, $26 a month. No, it's $26 per kit over the course of 3 years. And it added up to over $1,500.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I remember that going on.
Because I did that one in the R2D2. And I'm like, you can take that, shove it right up your bum.
Yeah, that's how I felt about the Batman coins. I was like, dang, that sucks, man. Like, I hate that I even have just the two now because it's like, what do you do with that?
Well, the two are pretty cool. So real quick, I want to show off my pickups, and then I also got something in the mail from from Legion of Comics. So Mark over there, I owe him quite a bit after he hooked me up with the Y files. So I was super excited that. But look, check it out. He sent me Death Blow. So super excited. Thank you for that, sir.
I got that.
See, Death Blow image. So thank you, Mark. All right. And
I'm wondering if this was an homage to that Death Blow.
I don't think so.
Because if you look at it, there's something on there. It's
maybe it is. Oh, you know what? You're right. I think it is actually.
Yeah,
very much.
The more I was looking at it, I was like, I think he did an homage to it. That's pretty cool that they sent out the Death Blow with it.
Well, maybe they only sent it to us. Who knows?
I'm
just kidding. We're not that special. So thanks, Mark, for Death Blow. Also,
you growing a ponytail there, dude?
No, dude. It's been 9 weeks. I have a haircut Wednesday.
Okay.
Boom.
Bam. Bam. Nick bought a comic book.
Where's Ryan at? Somebody call up Ryan. Somebody message Comics and Death Metal.
I mean, it's not a 9.0 like mine, but I'm just happy you bought one. And what an awesome book to buy. I mean, yep, he's talked about that one. I pretty much given up on even trying to help him find anything at this point because I'm like, dude, like you got to pull the trigger on something.
No, I did. Look, you wait until you find the price that works for you. Great deal.
I'm just saying, I found the best price on a Surfer first appearance that you're gonna find, and I was like, I almost just bought the damn thing for you. I swear to God, like I was just like, this deal is too ridiculous. Too ridiculous. I mean, I still see people buying 2.0s and 2.5s for like $850, $900.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And that was like a 4.0. So, but yeah, the FF51 is a good score.
Yeah,
Great
honestly,
story.
both of them were. I didn't pay. I paid great deals for them. Helped. I say helped. Supported the local comic shop,
Yep.
the best one in town, which, I felt really good to be able to do. Right, so that was good. Also, y'all, have I showed off the books that came back from CGC? I don't think I did.
Mm-mm.
I have not showed off a single Amazing Spider-Man key that came in that's sitting right here. That is the first appearance of Hobgoblin, or ASM 50 sitting right there, or Invincible Iron Man #1 sitting there, Submariner Iron Man 1 sitting there. Haven't showed any of those off, have I?
Nope. I can't wait to crack those jokers though.
Oh. Mary Jane, though. We've seen that one.
Yep, we did see that one.
Oh, and my buddy Alan. Look at that. Heir to the Empire.
Bam.
Boom. Birthday gift. Boom. Very sweet of him. And not only that, it was out of his personal collection. He picked that book up off the shelf.
Oh, look at you, Alan.
Hit me in the feels. And then Josh hooked me up with the key. I think I showed that off, and then I bought myself the Lord of the Rings. So it was good. It was good.
Right on.
What up, Baldy Locks? He's bald, man.
Dude, you know what sucks?
Being bald.
Well, that, yeah. And CGC is being absolutely attacked by a hurricane right now. And guess who's Daredevil first appearance of Stiltman is sitting down there?
That's right. They're saying this is like,
And still hasn't been checked in yet. Like, and when we get into the CGC talk, like I'll get into that too. But yeah, that book should have been checked in and probably in quality control by now. And the box hasn't even been opened yet. So yeah, sorry, Alan and Josh, because all Josh's FF books are there too. So hopefully they don't get all absolutely destroyed.
well, I want you
Luckily,
guys to
none
know.
of my, well, no, actually, I've got one of my personal books there, but I have many customer books there. So I'm a little worried about those.
I'm a fine artist now.
Is that what you call that?
If anybody would like to purchase, let me know. Great deal. Fine art.
Did you do that with your feet and your eyes closed? Okay.
I don't know. I just have weird stuff sitting on my desk, man. Hey, you tell Lisa. You tell Lisa that at this point, there's lots of blonde in there. Okay?
It just be like that.
And on top of that, I have shitty genetics. Okay?
Hey, at least you're probably the tallest one out of the four of us. I mean,
speaking of which, you're being short and stumpy. Look, Dustin was on Whack Comics today. Oh my god. I think it had more views than any other one.
oh really? I know it was probably the longest one, which who would have thought Dustin doing a video that ends up being twice as long as it should have.
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up this morning, because he posted this late last night, right?
No, yeah, it wasn't late last night. It was yesterday afternoon.
Was it yesterday afternoon? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it had, like, maybe I was wrong, but
What's
it's
up,
got
Mark?
dang near close to the most views recently. Yeah, Mark, look, I showed it off a little bit earlier, man.
So sick. Austin LeMay killing the game. Got the comic clear backing board. Yep. What number is yours?
Clearly, I was the least liked out of the two of us. It's got 90.
Damn.
I know. I was like, dang, I'm like the 90th favorite person out of everybody. But you know what though? I'm not upset.
Well, to be fair, I mean,
top 100. I'm good with top 100.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, let's look at who all is involved with this. Nick's Kicks and Comics. I definitely have spent more time talking to and conversating with Nick. Remy Q. I don't think Remy likes me. And let's talk about that real quick. And I'll talk about why I don't think Remy likes me. When Remy first started YouTube, I was unaware of that who is Remy. And I was selling some books either on Burke's channel or on Sand's channel, and Remy, um, he bought something from me, and I spelled his name wrong or said it wrong. I think I spelled it wrong or something. He was like, "Oh, gee, thanks. Glad to know you know who the hell I am," or something. And I was like, "Oh man, that was a bad impression. Like, sorry, dude." I think Remy's hilarious though. He's a good dude.
Well, today you called him Stumpy, so there's that.
No,
No,
I
I
said
heard it.
I was tall. I said I am short and squatty. I said, and I thought he might be like me and be short and squatty, but he was tall as F and squatty.
Well, I
Being that,
just
like,
know.
he's tall and, like, broad-shouldered, he's just a big freaking dude, and I
I
was extremely shocked, like, he's taller than Justin. When I first saw him the first time, I was like, "God almighty, dude."
So I know what I'm gonna do is I'm not Nick today. I'm just an F head, right? That's what he called me. So
Um, DJ, Mark, okay, so we both probably are about equal in friendship level with,
I send Mark
Tyler.
I send Mark personal videos now. So there's that. Never would I have thought when he was like,
Did
"Oh, you gotta watch the Y Files." You know what the
did you hug him like did you hug him like it was your grandmother
so
when you
when I
saw him at
met all of it
Heroes?
no, when I met
Yeah,
all of
we
those
had
guys.
like a warm grandma hug embrace at Heroes.
So here's the thing, is I don't like to be touched. And everybody turned around, "Oh my god, it's Nick." And then I'm like, "Don't touch me, please." And they all hugged me and touched me. And I blacked out. I don't know what happened. I don't know how long the hugs were for. I just remember Tyler was a big sumbitch and Mark was a lot taller than I thought he was too. Um, and then next thing I know, I'm being touched, and it kind of weirded me out. Not because I'm not that person, and that's fine. Some people are not.
I'm good with it if it's like I'm not as much a fan of being like walking through a big huge crowd at the cons and people are
Yeah.
just like dun, 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 like that. No, not so much, but like, see somebody like, oh yeah, like we're touching. Got to do it, man. Got to put my hands on you.
Oh man, I still got to figure out my stinking whack hack.
Because
You're
that's the
right.
only difference between like YouTube hanging out in true in real life is you got to be able to touch, man. You got to get the touch going. Just
Something's wrong
saying.
with you.
I gave you an idea for your whack hack.
That's more of a you thing, though. You know what I mean?
No,
Like that would be great for you because you
no,
could.
I think that it would be good for you because you don't want to get one.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I can make it awkward and go shirtless. Let's see if
Something. Yeah.
let's see how that would look on camera.
Oh my God. Wow. You're just gonna take your shirt off here.
No,
Okay.
you can't see. Look. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'll do it right here, and then the microphone will block it the whole time, and then that's it.
Well, thanks for telling everyone who's probably gonna watch it.
It's fine.
The 12 people watching now are the same people who will probably watch that video, and you ruined it for them.
It's gonna be no, because they don't know exactly what's happening, but all they know is that's gonna be hilarious. Now I just have to find the one. Look at us. We're bonding.
It was funny because you didn't see it the way he edited it, but there was so many times where Lee was just like cracking up after I got done answering a question or something. I was trying to like match and exceed his. You know how Lee likes to try to like make
Yeah.
things awkward for the person he's interviewing. So I was trying to like exceed that and give it back to him. I think I succeeded multiple times, but
I thought you did pretty good.
yeah. He enjoyed it. We had a good time. All right, let me get through the rest of these pickups real quick. So I showed this off on our Instagram. Got another copy of the Hollow Full Mortal Kombat clear backing boards, Comet Clear Supplies. They don't sponsor us or anything, but I love their products. I got this with something else I purchased that is much cooler, but this gives me a raw copy to put with my raw collection. But I will say what I bought that came with is super cool, and it's getting framed right now. So this was something I picked up at a con in Savannah a couple months back. Ghost Stories issue. Oh, I don't even know what issue it is, but yeah, it was just a cool cover with big whale on it. Like, the whales, the sharks, pirates, like that's one of the roads I'm traveling down now. So I thought that was a really awesome cover. Again, with the clear back and board. Another pirate book I picked up for $1. Really, really clean copy. Gold Key, Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, pirate ship in the background. You got the pirate map, the treasure. So that was cool. And check this out, man. These guys are killing me. Spectral Comics with their freaking awesome
Oh
exclusives
yeah.
they keep doing. I don't know how many exclusives I'm up to with buying from these guys so far, but when they did Hades from Hercules, I was like, man, I got to get it. Delado, absolutely killer. So had to pick that up. And it's awesome with the clear back and boards. You can throw your COA down there. So that always works out really cool. But I know I bought the Scar. I bought the red covers, the green covers. I bought the Darkwing Duck, the 3-piece set from him. They do some really cool stuff for sure. So do you have anything else you wanted to show off real quick?
No, I think I hit mine right. The three. Um, I got a few. I finished. I don't guess people really care, but I did get some omnibus in, so that's good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of omnibuses. All my Spider-Man omnibus run is almost complete. What am I going to spend $150 a month on now?
I don't know, dude. Oh, what interesting packaging we have here, guys.
Uh-oh.
And I actually bought this from a comic creator. His name's Bill Black, and he was like some like upper echelon employee or something. I don't know if he was like the owner or whatever of um like a really old comic publishing company, like old Silver Age stuff. Like I don't know, I forget the name of it, but his name is Bill Black,
Okay.
and I'd have to look him up. If you Google Bill Black comic books,
Bill Black.
like it'll pull up like what he did. But so, what is this called, Nick?
Let me
They make
see.
cheap furniture out of it.
Oh, Hardy board.
Yeah, so used hardy board, which I'm totally okay with because definitely don't have to worry about that getting jacked up in the mail. But I saw this on eBay a couple
I
months
do.
back, and I was like, man, I'd like to have that book, but not for that price. So I just kept it on my watch list, and I saw him, and he'd put it up on an auction. Nobody would even bid. Nobody would even bid. And this is a nice, from the pictures, it looked like a really nice copy for what this book is anyway. Man, he taped the piss out of it. And wow, I hope this top copy is not it, because that board and bag is not the right size. He's got like a modern board on a golden age book.
Uh-oh. So Tyler, speaking of your comment, so here's my new pickups.
Okay,
Wool
cool. It's not. Ooh, he
ship.
got me. Oh, okay, so this one I forgot he threw in. So this is Buccaneer number 8 from a top quality comic, IW. So just a cool golden age pirate cover here.
Sick.
It's in pretty nice shape too. It's not
Sell
bad at
into the
all.
lubers.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And the reason why he even offered that one to me, wow, this is a definite nice copy. Wow, he's got $300 on this. I got it for like $1.75 because I finally messaged him and asked him if he sold anywhere besides eBay. He said, yeah, hit me up on Facebook. So I got a hold of him finally on Facebook, and we made a deal. Instead of paying $300, I paid $175 shipped for it. And this is from 1953. I can't wait to get it in a nice bag and board. This one sucks, dude. Really clean, man. Really clean. From 1953, Frankenstein number 26.
Oh,
And
dude,
it
that is
is
sick.
just badass pirate cover. Speared Frankie right in the back. You got that really, really cool looking pirate ship in the background back there. So this was a must have. Had to have this. And I've been looking for a copy, and they're hard to find, not beat absolutely to shit. So This one right here, I think once I get it pressed and cleaned, and I don't know if I'll grade it or not. I might. Um, but I think just looking at the front cover, not looking at anything else yet, I think this is easily a 6.0, 6.5 copy. So that's a pretty significant grade for this book here, because these books, these Frankensteins, man, they just get destroyed, man. I don't know. I don't know if it was one of those deals where people just didn't care about them, so they didn't take care of them, or what. But I mean, 1953, beautiful yellow colors on it are all very vibrant still. So
Sick.
that is going to look really cool with my other pirate books.
You need to send
So
that to Nosh, man.
hell no. I mean, he's my boy, but
We did get him the first appearance of
I've been
Frankenstein
in Marvel.
in Marvel.
Yeah, first appearance of Frankenstein. I don't even know what that is. Now
Hold on, let me.
my boy Ali got Frankenstein #1 from this series, which I believe is their this might be the first Frankenstein comic series. But he picked up a copy at Heroes. It was like an 8.0, and somebody, it wasn't me, but somebody bumped that Joker to a 9.2. So it's the
Uh-oh.
second highest graded copy on the census now.
Sick.
And I think the only grade higher is actually a pedigree, so it doesn't even really count, right? I mean, come on. Thanks, Kyle. Boom.
And then
Thanks, man.
and then Tosh said, "Sweet Frankenstein cover."
What's up, Tosh? What's up, Bleeker? Yeah, man. I got some pirate stuff going now, man. It was just something I never really thought about looking for comic book covers, and till I did, and then I was like, oh, well, there's not many, but there are a few. So, I picked up. I mean, I don't know. Would you consider that Weird Terror a grail for me after the absolute fit I had at Lexington? As
I
far as
would.
pirate covers go, is my #1. Like, there's nothing better.
I don't know. I think you just have a sickness.
I do. But yeah, I haven't even shown that one off, but I picked up a Weird Terror issue #2 from the 1940s, and it's the second highest graded copy on the census, 6.5. Great pirate cover. Um, but yeah, that was a monster pickup at Heroes, especially after missing the opportunity to pick that same exact copy up at Lexington. I was a very, very happy dude. I actually had an opportunity to buy this book at Heroes, but the copy my buddy had, because I had a buddy of mine that was there. I say a buddy. First time I met him was at the South Carolina show this year, which was like 3 months before Heroes, and I sat there and talked to this guy for like an hour and a half, and um, yeah, so we're friends now, and he had a copy of that, but it was just beat up. So I ended up just getting that Wonder Woman 20 with the Redbeard pirate on there, which is another badass cover with a pirate on it. Really cool pink cover. So yeah, I know, right? I'm telling you, man, I got a lot of new ammo for y'all boys at some point over there on the hunt.
Oh man, too
A lot of
funny.
the biggest stuff I've had recently, though, it's in. I crack that Joker open, press clean it, and then boom, it's out of there, straight to Elite.
So talk real quick because we're getting close to that hour mark. Um,
Okay, so what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to go with
do
the
your
CG?
CGC thing while I pull
Okay,
up the Marvel price.
all right, so um, looking at CGC, I don't know how many of you guys pay attention to all that, but they did change the tiers. They changed the names, they changed what fits into what tier and all that. Anyway, regardless, they took away the walkthrough and they turned it into unlimited value. Now it costs you more money to do a walkthrough type book. Plus, they changed the value of basically, like, now you have to spend, or I don't know how to explain it. So they changed like I don't even know. Like I just lost the freaking word. I can't find it.
The tiers?
No, like with the tiers, like there was a threshold. Like if your book is worth this, that's the word I was looking through. Threshold.
Threshold.
They changed the
Look,
threshold on the value that would push it into the highest tier, now being unlimited value. So that that in turn means like you can't send in a book now and pay for high value like you could have before. It's going to have to go into the highest category, so they're getting more money out of you that way. Now, the thing with the walkthrough and the thing with what is now the walkthrough is now unlimited value. So the thing with unlimited value is when you ship that in, you're supposed to mark the box. Previously, it would be with a WK for walkthrough. Now it's with a UV for unlimited value. When that box gets to them, they see that on there. That box is supposed to be opened immediately and checked in. You're paying a shitload of extra money to get a book graded. It's a minimum $150 or $175 or something like that. I almost said 174, but that don't make it. It's like 150 to
I thought
175.
you were about to drop an F bomb. I'm like, geez,
No,
man.
no. It's like a minimum of 150 to $175 just to get a book graded. Or 3%, or excuse me, 3.5% or 4%. I forget what it is. I think it might be 4% now of the value, whichever one they decide, basically. Well, they're not doing that. We will send in an unlimited value book. We will pay for overnight shipping on the package. So if I ship it there on Tuesday, it gets there Wednesday. And I even last week I shipped out a giant size X-Men one that I cracked open, a 9.0 copy, and cracked it open and pressed and cleaned it for a customer. He paid for overnight shipping. I packed it up and it shipped it on Tuesday, and tracking shows that CGC received it and signed for it at 10:22 a.m. on Wednesday. It is now Wednesday, a week later. The book has yet to be opened and checked in. And this has been going on for at least 4 weeks now, because between me and the other guys that are on the account, we probably ship at least 4 to 5 unlimited value books a week.
Maybe they're
And
just prepping for the hurricane and they're just putting stuff away.
no, because this has been going on well before the hurricane thing. Like I mean, about 4 weeks ago, one of the guys shipped in an X-Men giant Hulk 181, and they took. We were going on week 3 of the box not being open. He had to call them, and they had to ask. They asked him what the box looked like. He described the box. Then they had to go out in the warehouse and find it, and then finally it got checked in. And it's not taking 3 days to get graded and get back out to you. It's taking more like 7 to 9. So I mean, if you think that paying for the walkthrough, or like I said, it's now unlimited value. I just know a lot of people know it as walkthrough. If you're paying for that tier and thinking that, well, if I pay extra, my box is going to be open immediately. They're going to get my book checked in. They're going to get it graded and get it back to me a lot sooner. No. Modern Fast Track is moving faster than the books that you're paying $175 to have done. Modern Fast Tracks are in and out right now in about 3 business days. Done. I sent in a magazine unlimited value, TMNT number 2, 3 weeks ago, and they just got the grade out this past Friday, and it just got shipped out and back to it. Well, it got to Livewire today, and that one showed a 5-day turnaround. So just be aware of that, guys. If you're, because I know sometimes that's my mindset. It was with the magazine. I'm trying to send my TMNT books in to get in those new slabs. Well, I'm not going to send it in for a reholder. That's going to take 2 years because everybody's sending in reholders. We know the magazine tier got backed up so bad at one point, and I still don't think it's recovered, no matter what they say. But I'm just like, screw it. I think I can press these books and clean them better than what was done when I had them graded the first time. And the result on the grade for the first one proved me correctly on that one. So, I mean, I was just like, you know what? Instead of waiting 3 months, 4 months, 6 months to get it back from a reholder. I'm cracking them open, press clean them. I'm gonna just resubmit them as a unlimited value magazine, and maybe I'll get them back in like 2 weeks. So right now it's saying like 4-day turnaround, 5-day turnaround, and it took more like 17 business days. So just be aware of that before you make your decision on what tier you're putting your book in. I mean, right now it seems like unlimited value is taking just as long as vintage or high value. The only thing that's really moving quickly is pre-screen. And I think that's just a lot to do with the fact that you don't have as many people submitting 25, 30, 50, 75 modern books to get pre-screened and then, try to turn around and sell immediately because nobody's buying it right now. When at one point in the past 18 months, pretty much any modern book in a 9.8 was going to fetch you at least 75 to $100. They're going for like 35 and $40 left and right on eBay. And I mean, hell, I did an elite sale a couple weeks ago and I had some books in there from a local comic shop, 9.8, cool ass variant covers. He had them for $40. Nobody was buying them. So I think that is why the pre-screen tier is moving faster than anything. But that's just my thoughts. I could be wrong, but that was one thing I just wanted to kind of discuss a little bit and put that out there. Just some stuff that I've been seeing on CGC and their turnaround times, because they are definitely not accurate. Also, they finally admitted to losing my customer's book that was sent in for the Todd McFarlane signing. They have
Oh,
no idea what happened to the book. It was a book that he's had. If I remember correctly, he picked it up off the rack, ASM 299. I mailed it into them, and they finally checked it in December 5th of 2022. It went through the process of being signed. It went through, and I'm watching it. It goes into grading and encapsulation. Then it goes into quality control. Once it's in quality control, that means it's already been graded, and it did not move from quality control for 7 months. And after about 2 months of emailing and calling them once a week, and every time you email and calling them, acting brand new about this situation, like this has never been brought up before. They finally said, okay, we see, the log of all the calls and the emails, and we can't figure out what happened to it. We don't know. So they're refunding me. And the problem is the value I put on that book, that's the value before Todd McFarlane signed it and before it was graded and put into a CGC slab. So you lost a graded signature series Todd McFarlane ASM 299. Well, that's not near worth the same value. That's the value is way beyond the value of the raw unsigned book I sent to you. And obviously they could give a shit about that argument. So they're like, oh, we'll give you $100 and we'll give you your fees back. So I'm like, well, that's real sweet of you guys. Thanks. I'm glad to know you give a shit. They do not. So I've not had really good experiences overall with doing the signings with that, and the Frank Miller one did not go really well either. So I don't think I'll be participating in the signings at all anymore. I wanted to send in some a Stillwater #1 for Chip Zdarsky because I think that's my favorite thing he's ever wrote with Stillwater, but I don't think I can do it. I can't fool with them and their signature series stuff. If they can't do better than that, I mean, and I'm not the only person who's had books lost through this signature series stuff. I mean, with the Todd McFarlane crap, they're not even keeping the books in Sarasota. They're hauling books to whatever Comic-Con Todd was at, and they're having him sign them there too. They ain't telling no damn body about that. And I don't remember signing anything giving them permission to haul my books across the damn country to New York from Sarasota. So it just seemed like a lot of shady dealings with how that went down. So I think I'm done with the CGC rant.
you sure?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe we should show off and get opinions on the logo. Have you seen the text I sent?
Do what now?
I
Well,
sent
they
some.
did get Todd there eventually, but they were before they actually had Todd in Sarasota. They were running books up to like New York Comic Con and stuff, and having him do sign them there too. And then they had him in Sarasota signing, and then he had to go away, and then he had to come back, and so it's like I don't mind if it takes time. Like I understand the man had probably 500 short boxes from what it looked like in the pictures, full of books people sent, but I mean, how you can just lose it for 6 months, like, it was in quality control, it doesn't show that it ever shipped anywhere, so if the paperwork doesn't leave the book, then how the hell did you lose it? But it is what it is. I'm gonna take the money, they're refunding me, I'm gonna add some to it, and I'm just gonna buy him one, so
Does he know?
yeah, I talked to him, I was like, "Look, man," I was like, "This is what happened." I mean, I've been talking to him throughout the whole process, and I told him, I was like, "Look, this is what happened. They lost the damn book. Um, this is what they're going to be refunding you. If you want the money, I'll give you the money back. If you want the book, I will take the money they're refunding you. I will add whatever is needed, and I will get you a nicer copy than you had. Signature series, Todd McFarlane's signature. I'll make sure it's got the full sig, and I'll make sure you get the book." So, uh, I think his was like a 7075, and I found like a 90 or a 92 signature series. I'm gonna grab for him, and hopefully that'll, even though it was out of my control, it happened in kind of in my possession, so I feel like I got to make up for it. So
I hate that
yeah,
for you.
Signature King. The book got signed, it got graded, it was sitting in quality control 7 months, and they have no idea what happened to it. They can't find it at the facility. So, but they're giving me $100 for it, so that's great.
Garbage, man. I hate CGC.
So, did you hear about the Spawn 306 debacle, Nick? Have you been in the know about that at all?
No, I
Anybody?
have no.
Okay. Anybody in the chat aware of the Spawn 306 debacle? I'll tell you one thing. Comic Tom is being, burned at the stake over it.
We'll give the full premise because I'm
And
intrigued.
and I'll say this. Tom didn't do a motherfucking thing wrong. Tom didn't do shit wrong. Tom told what, to his knowledge, was the truth. And I already had known about the number of copies that were supposedly available, being limited to 50.
That scared me to no end. I almost peed a little.
Thanks, Mark. So
No.
here's the deal, Nick. Let's see. And I hate this for, and what sucks is Austin LeMay bought one of these in a 9.8 for like $2,000 a week before this whole thing went down, and I felt so bad for him because
What?
he oh dude, 2 grand was a deal though. The book was going for 5. But the next, let me pull up a copy of the book real quick,
Oh
and
my.
I'll show it to you.
I mean, he could have just bought a copy of Deathblow and been just as good, man. Good not.
All right, so let's share screen here. Yeah, I understand. All right. All right, so this is the book, Nick. Spawn 306. Now, what this is this is the, can you see it? Are you looking? Are you paying
No,
attention?
I
Or
am.
playing on your phone?
I'm responding to Justin. He just sent me something, but
The hell
yes.
with Justin, okay? If Justin wants to have a conversation with us while it's live show time, then he can bring his ass on here.
Oh, okay. So I have seen pictures of this,
Yeah. So
but
what
yeah,
this is the NetherRealm Studios variant. Do
yeah.
you know what NetherRealm Studios is?
Mortal Kombat.
Right. So they developed the Mortal Kombat games. This came out right around the time Mortal Kombat 11 got the big release and everything. So NetherRealm, what they do when they have their big game releases, they'll have like their top like 50 to 75 players. They invite them out to come to NetherRealm Studios. They do a big blowout
Yeah.
thing for them. They give them all kind of crazy like limited merch and shit like that. So, my man Uncaged Games gets to go. Like that's how I heard about this was through Uncaged Games, I believe. So Spawn was a downloadable character in Mortal Kombat 11. So they took basically a screen grab from Spawn on the game, threw it on Spawn cover. The back of it is going to have like some Mortal Kombat action figures on there from the Todd
Yeah.
McFarlane line. So it's a total Mortal Kombat thing. So obviously, I was all over trying to figure out what was going on with this book because it's a Mortal Kombat related comic book, and I'm trying to put a 9.8 collection together of every Mortal Kombat book ever printed. And so I start doing some research, and I'm like, damn, like, okay, here's what happened. It was supposed to be 50 copies printed or 50 copies available. We know they're not going to just print 50. They can't do that. So
Yep.
50 copies are supposed to be available to give out to the players at the NetherRealm Studios takeover. COVID happens, and they don't get to have the event. So now those books, nobody knows what happened.
Mm.
And so I stayed looking for one, stayed looking, never saw it, never saw it, never saw it. All of a sudden, at some point, one popped up on eBay or something. 9.8 sold for $5,000. Now, at this point, to everyone's knowledge, this is like top 5 most rare Spawn comics ever. I don't know what covers are less than 50 copies printed, but I would have thought this was the rarest Spawn book, period. But it's still extremely rare. And so that 9.8 sold, and then I started seeing like a raw copy pop up here and there, and I was fighting back and forth with myself, like, damn, man, like, does this count? Do I count this for the Mortal Kombat collection? And I just wrote it off, said, nah, this doesn't count. It's not Mortal Kombat. It's Spawn. It's a downloadable character cover. Like, I don't need this. So Tom and Jim, they're doing, and I don't know if Jim was actually a part of it at this point or not. It may have just been Tom at this. No, I can't remember. Anyway, they're doing the top 10. This book hits the top 10. Tom gives out the information same information I've seen. And Dave from Comic Book Investments, he also spoke about it. He also gave the same information, but people aren't jumping his ass and trying to hang him upside down by a cross and burn him to death over it. We just want to jump on Tom because he's Tom, obviously. But I had talked about it. I had said the same numbers before. Now, nobody listened to me because everybody's like, oh, here goes, dipshit talking about Mortal Kombat again. He probably just tuned out. But Tom was not the only person that had talked about this book and talked about the print run. And the print run being 50 is what was known about it. That's all there is to it. Now, this is what it was for like the past year or 2 years, I think it's been. Well, I start noticing like now there's more raw copies on. There's some more graded copies. You look at the census, and when you look at the census and then you look at the amount of copies on eBay that are raw, I'm like, damn, this is getting really close in number to the 50. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, unless literally every single raw copy that's available is on eBay, there's more than 50. According when you add what was available on eBay and the census, like there's got to be more than 50. So
Who created these and is selling them, or how did they get out?
So that's what I'm there, and I'll get to that. Now the initial 50 copies, no idea, because to my knowledge, this NetherRealm tournament get together deal did not happen because of COVID. Yeah. So there was there was like really no idea of what the hell happened to the ones that were supposed to be given to them or how they were getting out. This was something that had to go through Todd McFarlane, though. I mean, it's Spawn, so it had to be cleared through Todd. NetherRealm is the ones who, it's their exclusive. So, it's Image, Todd, NetherRealm. That's your people. Like, if you want to point fingers and you want to, blame someone or be angry at someone, like those three and the next two people I'm going to be talking about. So like I said, the values on the book is crazy. You've got raw copies selling for $1,000 left and right. I almost made an offer of like $950 on one that looked really clean. They had it at like $1,300. I almost made an offer. Like that's how much I believed it. So fast forward to the last 3 or 4 weeks. I saw a 9.8 pop up on Elite Comics. It was either Elite or Grails. I can't remember which one it was. And I cannot tell you the amount of time I sat there and looked at that with my finger hovering over an already typed out claim in the comments. And luckily, I did not hit send. But the next day I saw Austin LeMay did. And I was happy for him. I was like, cool, man. Like, you know what? Like,
Dang.
like, it didn't go to a Mortal Kombat guy, but it did go to the biggest Spawn
Yeah.
guy I know. So, like, that's awesome. I'm glad Austin got it right on. I think that was the week before last. Now, last week, 2 of my buddies were approached with the opportunity to buy like 13 copies for like $6,000 raw. Now, when you look at what 9.4s are selling for, which is around like $1,500, last sale on a 9.8 was $5,000. 15 copies somewhere in that area. I think it was like 13 or 15 copies for $6,000.
No brainer.
Your numbers are in your favor. I had no idea that they'd been even approached with it, but luckily they turned them down. Now, my buddy Excelsior, Ali, you know Ali. You met him at Heroes. I forget the guys that were selling them on Instagram, but somebody was doing an Instagram live sale, and they had like 5 copies, 6 copies, something like that. And they were selling it for like $350, $400 a piece. So he bought all of them. The very next day, what's this guy's name? Frank's Comics. Frankie buys comics, something like that.
Oh, the people who went bankrupt?
No.
Yeah, hold on. Is it because there's a company by a similar name and they've gone quote unquote bankrupt and haven't fulfilled people's orders?
Mr. Frank's Comics. That's who it
Okay.
was.
Yeah. Different then.
Yeah. Mr. Frank's Comics, I believe, is who, and let me make 1,000% sure that he's the one that put them up before I know he was talking about it.
No, he talked about it. He wasn't. I don't think he was the one that put it up. I see a post here. He wasn't
No,
selling it.
I think he I think he did. Let's see. I'm trying to find, unless these guys deleted it all. Yeah,
Do you see his
I
first
can't
post?
tell. Oh no, excuse me, not Mr. Franks. Mr. Franks is the one that made the post about basically trying to blame all this on Tom, which is just absolute bullshit. Bucky's Books. Bucky's Books is one of 2 guys who somehow ended up with a shit load of these books. I mean, a metric shitload of these books.
Oh
Boxes.
yeah, look.
Yeah. Yeah. So they decided last Wednesday to go on eBay and do 24-hour auctions for 99-cent starts.
Jesus.
99-cent starts. And purposefully crash the market on that book. Purposefully crash the market on the book. Just be an asshole. But they're also the same 2 who have probably been leaking these out a little at a time. So while we're gonna, we're gonna shit on Tom about the print run, and him saying that there's only this many. Like if you knew differently, why didn't you say something? Why is it that Tom is the one that everybody is jumping on? Tom didn't know these guys had these damn boxes of these books, but you got two
How
guys out in California that have 2 boxfuls of them, and they didn't say anything to nobody, and they've been selling the shit out of them. They didn't say nobody said anything to my buddy when he bought those 4 copies. Nobody let him know, like, hey, we're about to completely destroy the market on this book, bro. So just buy it with knowing that. Mm-mm. That information wasn't leaked. No, it was just, yeah, man, buy this ultra rare book, get all of them.
so he
And
did
he
a
was sending them to me too and trying to get me to buy them. And I'm like, damn, man, like I
so
still
apparently
just,
they did a conversation with Bronze and Modern Age gods. So I'd be curious to see what that was just a day or two ago. I'd be curious to
yeah.
see what was said there, how they came across the
Now,
books, the whole
is it the
story.
guys that actually had the books?
Bucky's books, yeah, had the
Okay,
conversation.
okay.
So
See,
that I would say
I
watch that
thought
before we
the
judge anything.
Mr. Frank and the FKN Rad guy, like they're the ones that I see talking all this smack,
Yeah.
but they're also the ones that I saw sharing that all these were going on eBay and saying, "Oh, my buddy Bucky's Books is putting these on eBay," and I'm like,
I don't know, it's interesting.
so maybe, maybe they were just running off at the mouth for telling stories out of school. I don't know, but I know those 2 guys that were sitting there just shitting all over Tom for no reason, and they're claiming that the guy that had all the books is a buddy of theirs. So it's like, I my first assumption would be that you knew that how many copies were there, but I don't know. I think the fact that Tom caught all the heat for this though is absolute trash. I think it's absolute trash. Like I could give a shit at this point about how many copies there are. I absolutely hate it for the person that paid $5,000 for that one copy. Um, because I know I was ready to pay multiple thousands of dollars for it just to have a copy from my Mortal Kombat collection. I hate it for Austin. Paid $2,000 for it because guess what? 98s are going for under $1,000. 98s are going for under $1,000 now. So I
Yeah.
mean it sucks for them. Outside of that, like I mean, it's not like the most huge deal in the world, but I still think the guys that had all those copies of the books, if you've had all those books from the beginning
Yeah.
and you knew that this book was being advertised as a 50 print run or 50 copies out there, the rest were supposed to be
What
destroyed.
up, Panda? Yeah, I just mentioned that, a couple seconds. Maybe you probably posted this, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I think before we should
No,
I
no, no.
think
And I'm not talking badly about Bucky's.
yeah,
My issues are towards the 2 guys on Instagram that were
blaming it specifically on Todd.
blaming it all on Tom.
Yeah,
Not Todd,
Tom.
Tom.
Tom, sorry.
Blaming it on Comic Tom. That's where my issue is.
Yeah.
Because Tom ain't have shit to do with it. But I am interested to watch that and see why if they had the books the whole time. If they had the books the whole time, then why they wouldn't have spoke up and said something about the print run being inaccurately advertised. So that'll be interesting to see. Like I said, I don't know the guys that had all the books. I don't know them.
Yep.
Haven't looked at their Instagrams very much. But I do know that I've seen those other 2 guys running their mouth vigorously for about the last week,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, and like, look, I don't sit around waiting for Comic Tom's videos to pop up every week so I can go watch them and hit the thumbs up and leave comments, and we don't hang out on the weekends. We don't go to Comic Cons and hang out and stuff. Like that relationship's not there. Has nothing to do with that. It's just a simple fact of like you can't just throw something on this dude just so that we can kick that fire up again because we haven't shit on Tom in a while. Like, that shit's getting old, dude. Like, take your jealous ass and go somewhere else with it. Like, it is what it is, you know?
It is what it is.
So that's all. You know, it's I feel like you know, well, I'm not gonna say that. I won't use that reference, but that is actually very accurate. Anyway, yeah, Tom, I'm sure. I'm sure you could probably.
I have no clue what you were about to say, so
I'll tell you after the stream, and
sounds good.
you'll probably agree with me on the comparison and not actually throwing it out there. But yeah, I mean,
Probably for the best.
yeah, at this point, people are just, you know, we haven't had any big ass drama pop up in a while, so that, you know, we can jump up in an uproar about and try to rake somebody over the coals over. So this was a perfect opportunity, and who better to use than Comic Tom, even though he's not the only person and was not even the first person to go on a YouTube channel and talk about it.
End of the day, he's not the end all be. It's like you got to take everything. You got to be responsible for your own thing, right? It wasn't like he was the one,
Yeah,
selling it, saying, just I get it. Like I don't know. I feel like I guess I understand if people trusted him and then felt like, oh, he purposely misled, but that's not. I don't think that's the case. But these guys, I think, have consistently just hated on him to hate on him.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it is what.
There's a ton of people out there like that's their MO. And like I said, I don't think either of us have ever spoke to Tom, be it an Instagram message.
I think the only time we did have any exchange was when I did my last Comic Tom mystery mail call video, and then he commented, and I think I responded, and that was it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never been
that's
on a
it.
show together.
No,
Now, Jim, if I were at a show and saw Jim, like, you know, I consider Jim to be a friend. Talk, you know, we talk, and he and I have similar interests. I know he and Nick have talked back and forth several times about editing and cameras. Like, yeah, I can. Yeah, Jim, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm not sticking up for Tom because, like I said,
you the
because
man.
he's my friend or anything. It's not like that, you know. If I saw him at a show, I don't know that I would even say hey. Like, I don't know him, so that's not it at all. So I've just I've just kind of gotten sick of the let's just hate blame shit on people for no fucking reason because your life sucks and you ain't shit. And that's what it comes down to. The two of you guys on Instagram, fucking rad, and Mr. Frank's Comics, y'all can go eat a bag of dicks because y'all ain't shit. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Now I'm pissed off. Now we had to go there on a Wednesday.
It's not even a Saturday night.
Sorry, guys. That I just got real pissed. That just pissed me off, man.
You
Like,
did get kind of pissy. You did. It's
just because
okay.
you ain't shit, you want to try to jump on somebody else, man.
You know what the real problem is? They're probably mad about the mustache. Mad as hell they ain't got a good mustache like me. So with that being said, Marvel Comics, pretty certain $5 from now on for all comics moving forward. They've slowly bumped. And well,
Oh shit. But that's the 32 pagers. Well,
no.
that's what it
Here's
says.
nope. 40 pages to $5.99.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
yep. Standard length to $4.99.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Now see, I remember when DC started doing that on like the Matina covers, if it's got
yeah.
the card
Card
stock and, you know, but damn.
Yeah, I'm just like it's making it more. I mean, and it sucks because it's really just hurting the comic stores, right? Crappier page quality, shittier stories.
Now
Where's
it
the
says
value?
mostly for launch issues.
Is going to be what do
Oh,
you
the
call it?
40 pagers are for launch issues.
Yeah,
Okay,
$5.99, and the single issues are gonna be $4.99 is what they're looking like.
I got you.
$5 for a single comic book. That's why I still only buy at this point stuff Justin's worked on, or Image Spawn books because they're still what is it, $2.99, something like that. They've not raised the
Yeah.
prices. So, but yeah, but you know
Do
what?
you
I'll just
read
go.
Spawns though?
No, I haven't read a single Spawn
Why are you
that
buying
I
them
bought.
then?
I'm voting with my money.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah, voting with my
I feel
money.
you.
Yeah.
I got that Godzilla versus Pirates series on my pull list, and I'm just waiting for the series to be over, and then I'm gonna just go to the shop, pick them all up, and then I'll go home and read them. But I haven't bought anything else in probably 2 years now. Um, I
Which
am
sucks.
I am I am I am interested in checking out this Power Rangers story arc that they have going on.
With ABJ Johnson?
I don't think this is the story arc she's doing. I think she's
Mm.
doing like a mini series,
Oh, okay.
um, but yeah, that I'm kind of interested in. But yeah, I haven't really bought anything new in a while. I've still been slowly pecking away at the Walking Dead omnibus, working on that. Um, it's hard to find time sometimes, but I'm working on it.
Yep. And like I said, man, so you missed all this. So if I gave it 10 good days, I would be done with Fantastic Four. But
Okay.
I've been reading I say actual books. I'm not that guy that's like, oh, actual books, but I've been reading novels, I guess you should say. So like I've
Okay.
been reading the Jack Cards. Have you seen the Terminalist on Prime?
You told me about it, but I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
So Chris Pratt's in it. Oh, we got to talk about Jurassic Park before I got to jump on whack, by the way. So I've been reading that. I'm through the third book there. I just haven't bought it yet. I'm reading them digitally, and then I buy the hard copies. So effectively, I'm just buying the book twice. But there's this show on Apple TV called Silo, and I loved it. I love post-apocalyptic things, and I found out it was based on a book. So I've been reading the book. It actually started off as a short story in with Wool, which was just a very small. It's like a novelette technically,
Okay.
but he expanded it. And so I'm through the first one, 75% of the way through the second one, and then I'll kick the third one. The third one's kind of small, if I'm honest. And then there's this little silo story that kind of is attached to that. But that's what I've been reading, and it's just, I mean, man, if I would just stop first, I need to just stop, kick off, finish Fantastic Four, finish up my novels, and then figure out what I'm going to read next. I have no clue what I'm going to read next,
I
but
want
I
to
do.
read at some point. I want to read the Jurassic Parks. Like
Well,
I've got them.
oh, do you?
Yeah, I've got Jurassic Park and Lost World, but I want first print of number of the actual Jurassic Park, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
hard to
gonna be
find,
tough.
dude.
I didn't know they were based on books either. So guys,
What's up, aggressively relaxing? Tell you what,
uh, I
that
don't,
was that was
Adrian.
that was a cool ass dude, man, right there to hang out with at Heroes. That dude was cooler than the damn other side of the pillow, man.
So Adrian, I don't know. But again, to be honest with you, I wasn't a fan for the first season. I watched the first couple of first two episodes, and I didn't like the changes they made from the comics. So I was that guy that was like, no,
And
I don't.
I don't like that. I can't get into that style of animation.
Yeah. So, but anyways, Dustin.
It's too Dragon Ball-y for me.
But I have both the Jurassic Park novels on my read list for on my Apple Books where I read.
Okay.
So I am, yeah, I got to find somewhere to fit that in. I'm gonna finish up Silo, and then I'm probably gonna finish the next Jack Carr novel. He only has 6, right? And the 7th one I think is coming out.
Mm.
But I definitely want to fit in Jurassic Park. And then there's also, and guys, for those of you who don't know, so basically where this is coming from is Dustin's a massive Jurassic Park fan, obviously. I have seen them on and off through
You
the
guys didn't
years,
know that about me.
but I never really paid much attention to them. Never really cared. It just wasn't my thing, right? Like dinosaurs, whatever. I don't care for them all that much. So the other night I'm sitting there and I got Hulu for a free trial, and so I'm sitting there watching or flipping through Hulu. Nothing's on that's interesting, but I saw Jurassic Park. I was like, well, I've never actually paid much attention to it. So I flipped it on, went and popped a bag of popcorn, and I'm sitting there. I think it was like a random Monday night, Tuesday night, something like that.
Mhm.
And I'm just sitting there, and honestly, I had no intentions of really watching it, but I was going to read my book. And so I'm sitting there like a 90-year-old man with my cup of tea, right? I quit drinking coffee and I'm only drinking tea now. And so I'm sitting there, bag of popcorn, reading my book, and then it's drawn me in, guys. I'm like, this is really good storytelling. And the VFX were amazing for the time period. Honestly, they still hold up today, in my opinion. And I was like, wow, this is really good. And I was talking to my wife about it. And then, uh, the second one,
I can't believe I did not know you hadn't really watched it.
I'd never really paid much attention to them. I mean, I've been around when they've been on. I understand the basic concepts, but that was it, right? But like, I knew everything was going to be fine. But even during the first one, like my pulse was going up. I'm like, some shit's about to
Dude, how beautiful.
run. Yeah.
Hold on. Go ahead. I gotta get
No, I was just gonna say. So loved it, and then um, watched the second one, and the second one was okay. Wasn't my favorite by any means. I this
the
the
second
second,
one's important though
yeah,
for you to remember so that when you start reading the book,
yeah,
because there is a swerve in the book when you're reading the first one where you're like, oh shit.
yeah.
Because that's how I got found out when I tried to bullshit a book report my senior year with Dr. Sheehan.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to write the book report off of the movie.
Yeah, it's completely different from what I've heard. There's a big twist.
Well, it's just the very beginning of it.
Mm.
When you read it, I actually he told me, he's like, I want you to open this book up. I want you to read the first 2 pages, and I want you to tell me how I knew you were full of shit. And I was like, okay, yeah. I didn't even start it right. Like I
Yeah,
got the beginning completely wrong. Okay. He was
yeah,
like, the paper itself is fantastic. He said, you're an excellent bullshitter. He said, had I not read the book and known what was going on, he's like, I would have given you an A. I was like, oh, so that's got to be good for something. I got to get like a C, right? He's like, no, you're definitely failing. He's like, because you did not read
yeah,
it. He's like, so I'm failing you on it. But
yeah.
yeah, but how
So,
beautiful was it when you see the very first dinosaur in the first movie?
oh yeah, there's just something magical about it. Even though it's a fake creature, I
Yeah,
mean, just the music. I mean, honestly, it's
and this
about
is
as
her.
perfect cinema as you can get. Yeah,
This is her, the 30th anniversary Jumbo Pop.
yeah.
I haven't bought Funkos in a long time, but
You and nobody
there was
else.
there was something
Yeah,
about this being the first
yeah.
dinosaur in the park that you
And
saw,
and they
and
use.
it go ahead.
I was gonna say so it's interesting how they create with no real personality. They create these characters with these, right? The T-Rex becomes
Mhm.
the hero. The Brachiosaurus or
Consistently.
whatever, consistently, the Brachiosaurus is always that touch of emotion you want.
Mhm.
When one of the islands is on fire, I think it's the 5th
It's
movie,
it's
eh,
Jurassic World, not
2,
Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom, the 2nd one, yeah. So, and
Do
it's
you realize that is they the intention was that is the same Brachiosaurus that you saw in the first opening scene of Jurassic Park. The
I
first
didn't know that.
dinosaur you saw,
Okay,
that was the first dinosaur you saw on the island in the first one. That was the last dinosaur you saw on the island in the last one when it was
gotcha.
burning
I
up.
didn't think about that,
It was
but I
intended
just
that it was the same exact dinosaur,
mm,
and that makes
but
it sad as shit.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Anytime they wanna pull emotion and have really
Mhm.
like, connection there outside of the hype of, "Oh, it's a dinosaur," they always put
Right.
that there, and I honestly, I felt the storytelling was great in every single one of them. I really had no big complaints. Again, I think the second one was my least favorite. It would definitely go 1, 4, right, with Andromedas Rex. It brought back that spook factor of, "Oh"
Jurassic World itself,
yeah,
the first Jurassic, I
yeah,
loved it. People
yeah,
dude, people don't like that one, and I'm like, "Y'all are
it's
crazy,
weird.
dude." That's easily the second best one. That one
Yeah.
brought back the magic for me.
Yeah, that Andromedus Rex, you're like
And Dominus.
Andromeda,
Yeah,
whatever,
that Joker is
Indominus.
bad, dude, man.
Yeah,
That Joker is bad.
and I kn what's crazy is I had actually gone and seen all 3 of those, and honestly couldn't remember anything about them. I went to the theaters. I even went and saw the very last one. Honestly, couldn't remember anything that was gonna happen. It was like
Mm,
watching it all new for the first time, and then I texted you. I was like, "This effing ringtone, man, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies," and of course, it made sense why, but I was like, "That just it doesn't feel right to me." Every time it would
mhm.
play, I'm like, "Something
And then,
bad's
like,
gonna
you hear it
happen."
out of nowhere, and
Yeah,
then the Spinosaurus is just sitting there, and
yeah,
you just hear it ringing, and it's like, "Oh,
yeah.
it ate it." because it
Yeah.
ate the dude.
Yeah. So the only
What's
thing
up,
that really
Bubs? Do you see what Bubs just said? Bubs, check it out, dude.
what up, Phil?
I got some more Golden Age, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly though, Jurassic Park, definitely up there is one of my
Now you
more.
understand my obsession and fandom.
Yep. So, but it's good. Like I said, it's not so much the dinosaurs that excite me. It's the movie as a whole, if that makes
Yeah,
sense, like the art of
absolutely.
it. Again, dinosaurs don't really I really don't care.
Yeah,
But it's the storytelling that was like, okay, this is genuinely a great story all the way
yeah.
through. I think the weakest ones to me, um, so I really liked the sixth movie, right?
The last
But
one?
yeah, hear me out. Not as a Jurassic Park story, just as a story in general, but
Okay.
it really didn't feel like Jurassic Park to me. But I liked
Yeah. The
I
last two
liked
didn't really feel like Jurassic Park, but
no, no. So, and
now that
honestly,
Indoraptor,
yeah.
that is absolutely the scariest dinosaur that's ever been created out of any of those movies.
You think so? The the one in
Absolutely.
the auction?
Yes,
Really? Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely, dude. That thing's
Yeah.
way, way more terrifying than Indominus Rex.
Yeah, yeah,
All it
interesting.
You put that laser on it, and it said it will literally chase it
So
until it
here's my
kills it,
favorite
no
part
matter
about that.
what.
My favorite part about that is well, there's a few things, right? The idea that a dinosaur can sneak up on you, that's just not gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna fail. So that's a you have to
I don't know, dude.
suspend belief there, right? But the second one, we're just all of a sudden gonna believe that a
You
late
think about you okay, so, like, you think about, like a lion or a tiger or something like that, being
I
able to
get it.
sneak up on its prey, which has a lot better senses than us. I think a
No,
dinosaur might could sneak, a velociraptor or something like that, they could sneak up
yes,
on
I'm
our ass.
talking about a effing T-Rex or something.
Oh, yeah,
You're
no.
gonna feel the ground. A Velociraptor, 100%. And I actually heard something interesting. I forget where I heard it, but I cannot believe I'm sitting here arguing Jurassic Park with you. This should be the greatest day of your life. I mean, did you have ever anywho's, I actually heard something where dinosaurs, in theory, would not have made any noises.
Hmm,
That if you look at most lizards and things like that, they don't none of them actually make noises or, I think the only one that does is a crocodile, but that's
mhm.
very rare. So I thought that was
Crocodiles and
interesting.
alligators, they do growl, and
Yeah,
yeah, when we were at that c alligator farm, oh, them jokers
yeah,
was whew.
yeah.
But,
Mm.
what fun is it to think about a Tyrannosaurus Rex without being able to have that iconic roar? I mean, I love it, man.
Yeah, so I was
And I
okay.
love that you've kind of felt the same way I did about the fact that the dinosaurs themselves are their own character. Like, they carry their own
Yeah,
weight outside of just being big giant lizard. Like,
yeah,
they like you said, the velociraptors, the Tyrannosaurus Rex,
yeah.
the Brachios, they pull
Motion
some
from you.
sort of emotion out
Yeah,
of you. Like, when the Tyrannosaurus Rex shows up in the very end of that last one,
yeah,
when they are totally screwed and the T-Rex shows up and she tears them a new one because it is a she, and that is also the same T-Rex that shows up throughout the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. I knew that one. That it was
Yeah,
the same one.
I love that they
That was
did that.
yeah. 'Cause
Um,
you just knew like,
yeah,
after whatever I think it was the second one, you knew she was gonna show up at the end of every movie almost. I think literally every movie she shows up and she's technically the hero. No, not the second one. The second one, she, escapes into New
I was
York
gonna
or
say,
something.
the second one, she
Ugh,
causes some trouble.
I'm not into that.
Actually, I don't think the second one was her because there was a pair there, and that was a totally separate island,
Okay,
and they didn't
that's
transfer
right.
them over.
Okay. But,
Um,
yeah, I didn't care for that. That one was just so goofy to me, like,
yeah.
all of a sudden, there's a T-Rex on a boat, and it's just hauling ass perfectly at this island.
Mhm.
That to me was a little bit hard to
And
kinda
it worked
suspend that
and
belief,
it
but
and it worked out so great in the second movie that they were like, "You know what? In the 5th movie, let's put the T-Rex on a boat and sail it to America, and let's see how that works," you know?
yeah, I
But,
just and then
yeah,
we're gonna put it and then they put it in a brick wall housing, you know what I mean?
mhm,
Down there, it was just bricks. I'm like, that little goobery, head dinosaur, I don't know what they're called, could break through, and you're gonna have a T-Rex sitting there, and, no biggie. He's just cool. She's
yeah,
cool, whatever it is. So that those 2 things were, like, again, not to pick apart a dinosaur movie, but, Yeah.
And
But yeah,
and
overall though,
yeah.
great story. I enjoyed it. I definitely see now why you want that statue
Yeah, I
because
was
that
about to
was
say,
such a cool moment where the thing comes down. I was like,
when the
oh yeah,
banner
that's it.
falls
Yeah,
and the oh my gosh, dude, like, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it because
yeah,
that's why I told you, like I don't know if I told you or I told Jeff, but I was like, when I look at this statue, like, I can literally hear the scene in my
yeah,
mind. I can
yeah,
hear the roar, I can hear the music, like, it's something that
yeah,
it's one of those cinema moments that, for me, is something. I mean, it's something from my childhood and something that I've watched and relived, and it's over and over 100 times, and every time you watch it, like, I still feel the same way, like,
yeah.
man, that's just so awesome, and
I
so
put on Jurassic World a couple times and just
oh, I bet I've watched that one more
yeah,
than any of them, dude. The rewatchability of it's really good, and
yeah.
I
The
thought
other ones
Chris
maybe not
Pratt
so
was
much,
really
but
good
yeah.
in it.
What now?
I thought Chris Pratt did really good, and I think
Yeah,
he was
Chris.
a really good addition.
Yeah, he was great, and I don't know. I didn't like the fact that they kind of cucked our boy Allen a little bit. Didn't care for that, but you know that. So
Yeah.
definitely they dicked him over. I guess he's like Peter Parker. Nobody can be happy. But anywho, so I know it's 10 o'clock your time. Lee just messaged me, said he's ready for me, and I haven't had dinner, so I'm gonna go grab a quick sandwich and then I guess jump on there. I gotta
Okay.
pull out a comic book. Do you want to jump on backstage and watch it or no?
What's that?
The whack thing, or you
Oh,
going to bed?
no, I'm probably gonna hit the sack,
That's what I figured.
um, but yeah, do you wanna show them a little preview of our logo that you're working on, or you wanna
Yeah,
wait?
yeah, yeah. I got it pulled up here. Give me a second.
I kinda like the pink.
You kinda like the pink too?
Yeah. It's kinda
Alright.
got the Galactus feel, man. Like I
Yeah,
said, this totally makes me think of FF57, the cover, the
hold
red
on.
and black surfer cover.
Nope, that's 72 you're thinking of.
72, yeah, yeah. It makes me think of that immediately.
So, this is kinda what we're looking at for the purple.
That's the plan, Adam. That's the plan, Alan. Uh, I'll be here.
So, this is kinda what we're looking at. I don't know. Concept that I feel better about it than I was because 'cause I've been staring at this thing, not sure what to do. I wanna incorporate more comic book stuff,
Yeah.
and then I was like, "Oh, okay, we'll use a word balloon." And then I used textured paper from a comic book, and then I put on the halftones, and then I was like, "What is iconic? What's something Dustin and I love?" And I was like, "Kirby Crackle." So, I went and found a Kirby Crackle brush on, Adobe Illustrator and was able to put
Mhm.
my own Kirby Crackle um so I don't know. There's
I
a few
wonder if the word bubble, if you made that like gray, like a darker gray, I think that
yeah,
red would pop really good on the gray.
yeah. All I
I
literally
think that
did
blends in a lot with our face colors.
yeah, and literally what that is the exact, texture of an old or, color of an old comic book.
Oh, okay, okay, I
Yeah,
got you, I got you.
that's where I pulled it from, just so you know, but yeah, I'm not attached to it. And what I may even do is take away the halftones on that, the little dots, and then or maybe make them a little bit less, I don't know. But so there's the pink. There's the purple, and we were kinda going for the reason why I pulled the purple was from FF52,
Mhm.
that dark kinda purple, and then Justin suggested, like
52, no, you're thinking 55, Surfer versus Thing.
nope, nope, nope. Hold
I was
on.
that's the cover I think of when I think of a Kirby purple cover.
Oh, wait, no, no, sorry, 57. This is the one I pulled it from.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, sorry.
gotcha.
We're both wrong today. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the color and the concept to
You
it.
say
W
52, yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's not
Panther, but
purple.
see, if you go to 55, that was the one I was thinking of, but I think it's like a different shade of purple, though. But
Gotcha.
that's the cover with, Surfer and Thing fighting.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. How do I okay, annual, let's see, 55. So I don't know, what do you guys think? And yeah, 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 that purple. Maybe I'll do something with, like, a purple to pink kinda like right here. So and at one point I had red, but, people didn't really like that.
Well, I mean, I think if if
Jesus Christ,
Mike
Bubs.
could just talk to Shop and get him to change the color of my hat, and then the red would work fine. If he
So I
changed my
can
hat,
change it as long as he's good with it. I just don't wanna alter
okay. Yeah,
people's
if you
work.
put me in like a gray hat, then I think
Yeah,
that would look really good with the red and the
yeah,
black. I think
and
red
we
and gray goes well together.
yeah, we can look at it and see, but again, I don't know, concept, I think I'm okay with it. At one point, I didn't have any background back there, but,
You have the red pulled up?
I got it somewhere, let me see. I've done so many of these, like, I know you're probably like, "Dang, Nick, are you gonna do anything?" But I assure you, I have just been like, for the longest,
Nah,
I'm just
Jamie,
like
the 9-2, man. I don't know. I that the 9-2 crew or the 9-2 book is. I just lowered my chair all the way down.
This is the one I did with the red and the black or the white outline. I don't know where I got the white outline from. I got it from somewhere.
Mm,
I forgot where I got that from, but there's a concept of what the red looks like. So,
yeah.
and then I put like a little white. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
What's up, Perry?
So, but
You know
we'll see
what?
what.
You and that's somebody who, and I enjoyed the shit out of talking about with Jurassic. I talked Jurassic Park for like 2 hours with Perry and TK last year or the year before. So
Yeah,
now that you have just now experienced the Jurassic Park movies, which I can't believe you didn't do, you should have stole a page out of Perry's book and did the reaction videos. We could have blown up, dude. You missed your
I've
opportunity.
been telling
But
my wife for like 3 years we need because she has not seen so much.
yeah,
Like at one point I was gonna do Netflix. They have like a lucky button or something like that, and call it that title, and then
mm,
just click on it, watch the movie, and do reaction videos. So,
mm.
but
But
yeah,
yeah, that'd be a fun thing to do one night. Get on with Perry and three
talk
of us
Jurassic
talk
Park.
about Jurassic Park, or the four of us, excuse me, talk
Yeah,
about Jurassic Park. No,
but
it'd be the three of us.
what's gonna suck though is I'm gonna read the books, and then it's gonna ruin the movies for me because that's what happens every freaking time. So, but I do got to get off because Wackifer is definitely gonna be. Yeah, he's
Okay.
waiting. Damn it, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna get Milo. Son of a bitch. That's what I meant to do today. It's been agging me all day. There's something I've been meaning to go do or get, and I could not think of it. I've been thinking about since this morning after I watched yours. I literally had it on in the shower, and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, Milo. I'm gonna get Milo, and my whack hack is gonna be me
My whack
making.
hack, yeah, my whack hack is going to be the one to beat. I think. I thought that shit was pretty funny.
So,
But
anywho,
all right,
guys, you're the best. Subscribe to Perry Comics, not gaming, just the comics. But yeah, it was good talking to you guys, and we will be back next week. I'm not going to Bluey. Went to Bluey. It was fantastic. I highly
you
recommend.
promise?
No Bluey.
Okay, you heard
Yep.
that, guys. He
No
said.
Bluey.
He said next week we'll be here.
Oh, and we actually have a video uploaded. I gotta finalize some things, but we are moving. We're chugging along.
Don't miss
So
that first video, guys. It's a
it's a
doozy.
doozer. So toodaloo, mother effer.